welcome into the Cranston East Gym and welcome to the Fans Only Sports Network for boys volleyball action presented by Thunderbolt Sports Talk. The LaSalle Academy Rams here to take on the Cranston East Thunderbolts for a Division I 6:30 p.m. matchup. Charlie Adams here on play-by-play, joined by two analysts here today, Ashton Allison and John Garcia. Both of you have called boys volleyball games here in the past with Tim Yeen absent in Cambodia, and now all three of us here together to call what has been probably the biggest matchup so far when they rematch LaSalle. In their first meeting, it was a sweep victory for the Rams to open up their season. John, I'll start with you. Do you see any difference here when we're getting into this game with Cranston East on an 8-game win streak?
I think East is locked in right now. I think they're going to ride this game, and I think they're going to beat them with ease because I believe in them.
Ashton, I'll ask the same question to you as both teams greeting each other at the center of the court. Ashton, what do you think going into this game? LaSalle sits 8-1 on the year in league play with Cranston East 7-2 in league, but there is definitely a lot of momentum riding with Cranston East since that loss they took to LaSalle to start their season.
Yeah, Cranston East, they look really locked in here. They have momentum, so I think they could get this one.
Should be an exciting one here coming up on the Fans Only Sports Network. In Cranston East's last volleyball action, they lost to North Kingstown in a tournament that didn't count to any record of RIIL importance. So as it stands, there's still an 8-game win streak in Rhode Island Interscholastic League games. They have that 8-game win streak with a 7-2 league record as they took down Central in a non-leaguer. Of those 8 games, 5 of them were sweeps. And it's been a pretty dominant showing across the board, taking down some tough opponents along the way, like North Smithfield, as well as Classical. But right now, starting with this LaSalle team, and as the schedule kind of just flips over and we redo the start of the season, it's really a tough stretch for these Thunderbolts. Get into more of that later as game action just about ready to kick off with Cranston East starting off with the serve. Carlos Laura back to do that. Thank you to everyone here tuned in on the Fans Only Sports Network, bringing in this volleyball action live and free. Laura gets us going. LaSalle's return effort knocked in by Ali Abdur Razak.
That was a great hit from him. Seemed like it scared Larry in a bit.
That was a hot start for the LaSalle Rams. There was a lot of height on that spike. Serve goes to LaSalle as Jameer Evans sends it over. Now Shum sets the Pinsons for the Bolts. The tap over gets the job done.
You don't have to bring the power every time.
And as we had Coach Diggs mic'd up last game, we kind of heard a lot of that. We'll have some more content rolling out on Thunderbolt Sports Media social pages as Coach Diggs was encouraging Pinsons to take a little off of it sometimes, make the smarter play that'll get the job done sometimes over to flashy.
Shout out to Charlie Adams making those videos for that account.
Have a little pause here with Dennis Dixon talking to the referee. Pretty good attendance here in Venetulo Gym. A warm day in Cranston, Rhode Island. Got up to 75 degrees. Still a little humid out. As we have Larry in back to serve. Cranston East even 1-1 with the Rams. Yin up to field that. Shum sets it and quickly knocked down by Dennis Dixon. Bolts have their first lead here in our opening set. Yin, another serve coming from him. Back to the libero once again. That's Ty Cotta. Yin reached out, one hand, kept it alive, and Pinson sends it in for the kill.
I'm just now realizing for the East lineup, Caden Ricard isn't in the game.
Some power coming off the bench maybe. Yin, his third serve in a row here. Another hard send-in. Abdur Razak again. Both LaSalle points have been scored by Abdur Razak, a senior. Back to serve for the Rams, Jackson Potter. Potter sends it over. Laura, miss hit. It's going to fall in for a LaSalle ace. Ties things up at 3-3.
It's a really bad mistake right there.
Yeah, it seemed like he just missed the ball a little bit. Bad point given up by Carlos there.
Still plenty of time left in the set to recover as Yin bumps. And Comparative sets it over to Pinsons, who sends it in. Another good job by Comparative, and Dixon the one to pick up the point for Cranston East. Competitive start to the first set. And Ricard went to substitute into the game. That
seemed like I thought he was going in, but
I think that cost Cranston East possession of the serve. Not a point, however, and Charles Pinsons makes it 5-3. Now Ricard.
Now Caden Ricard's getting in the game, ready to make a huge impact.
So no harm, no foul as Cranston East lost that serve. And I guess it did give the Rams a point. Now the referee's talking with the scorers here, some of our team managers for Cranston East.
Worked very hard, very hard.
Scoreboard says 4-4, so we'll toss on a point for the Rams. Yin with a good dig there, keeping the play alive. Now Ricard quickly tries to block it. We're 5-4 in favor of LaSalle. This is going to be a difficult game for Cranston East. You can kind of see that already in this one. They get gifted a point here to not to score up at 5-5. Serve from Pinsons. Abdur Razak not too pleased with how he's fielded that. Now Lin with a good dig. Cranston East sends it over with Ricard. It's dumped in by the number 0 of Abdur Razak.
We got Cranston East volleyball alumni Jethro Vargas in the building.
Yep, I was about to say the same thing, Ashton. Just walked in, watching his old team play.
Number 1 on this team for LaSalle, Ephraim Abhulami. As that goes through the rafters, still in play. Laura sends it over. Razak knocks it in. Well placed again from LaSalle. They take a 2-point lead here in our first set. Cranston East, Laura gets it to a Cranston East point.
It wasn't the hardest hit, but, you know, like Conor McGregor says, precision beats power, timing beats speed.
Exactly, Ashton, exactly. I love that quote.
Back to serve for Cranston East.
Caden
Comparative, twin of Cato Comparative. And it's a little backstory between them coming out in these past couple of days that we'll get into later on as Laura sends it in, finds the libero in Kata.
I feel like LaSalle's struggling a little bit off the bumps. They can't really get their plays together here.
That block, unsuccessful from Cranston East, but Schum back to help out, and now the Thunderbolts foil away that point. Jackson Potter will take a seat for the Rams as Christopher Bonnell heads on to the court. For Cranston East, Dennis Dixon back on as Comparative takes a seat. (8-6) in our first set of action. Charlie Adams here for the Fans Only Sports Network Pinson's can't field that serve. Another ace for Cranston, or another ace for LaSalle that Cranston East greatly helped them in earning. Cotta ready to serve. LaSalle up to a 3-point lead as that goes out of bounds, and Cranston East gets a free one there to make it 9-7. Ricard heads off. The other Comparative heads on. That's Cato Comparative. Good block. Comparative helps out, and Shum sets up Dafa and Doye. Now Shum to Yin, and Laura will try his set. Good court awareness there from Cranston East to let it fall out of bounds.
It's a very competitive game. Both teams are playing kind of sloppy to me. Can't really get their groove going. Points being scored in weird ways, but
Abhulami loaded up for that one and connected directly with the net to give Cranston East a 9th point in the set. That ties us up here.
It just goes to show precision beats power.
exactly.
And
Just
power
like that.
one there.
Power
as
one with that one, Ashton.
Christopher Bonnell goes up high and sends it down hard. Rams back out in front by a point in our first set. There's some very athletic players here on this LaSalle team.
I think this is the toughest team East has faced so far, Charlie.
Well, you could say that, but when you look at how LaSalle fared against North Kingstown, the Skippers swept this LaSalle team 3-0. That's those occupy 3 of the 4 sets that LaSalle's lost all season. The only other set that the Rams lost was against Coventry, which I actually have no idea how they managed to lose a set, but they did. We saw Coventry play Cranston East a couple of weeks ago live on the Fans Only Sports Network, and it was a sweep for Cranston East. It looked like they were just toying with them at some point. Second touch tap over from Shum. And then just placed over the net by Abhulami for the LaSalle point
LaSalle
to put
uses
them
a
up.
mix of power and precision every time they hit the ball.
12-9, our first timeout called here, and the Rams have gotten off to a pretty good start over the Thunderbolts. Our set 1 continues. When we return, stick with us here on the Fans Only Sports Network. Set 1 continues here. Cranston East taking on LaSalle. 12-9 your score. Thunderbolts making a couple of mistakes early on. They trail it by 3. LaSalle with the serve. Back doing the serving is Ali Abdur Razak. Razak sends it over. It's going to go just out of bounds as Yin smart to let it go past. Cranston East gets the point, and now Laura back to serve. Carlos Laura jump serves it over. And Pinsons makes them pay for the one-touch tap over, sending it in for a Cranston East kill. Now, Ashton, you're talking about precision beating power, but is Charles Pinson's what happens when you mix precision and power for that perfect blend?
What he just did happen. You know, they take advantage of it to score the point. It was also great timing, so it's just a good mix of both.
Cranston East ties it up as LaSalle connected with the net on that last point. And it's going to be Carlos Laura once again serving it over. Hard send in from LaSalle. The blockers of Cranston East can only deflect it out of bounds. The Rams back to a lead here in our first set. In the first meeting between these two teams, it was a LaSalle home game. If you're just joining us, it was LaSalle who won that 3-0 first game of both teams' seasons. And then Yin, a miss hit on the LaSalle serve. That'll send it out of bounds and send the Rams to their 14th point here in our first set.
Yin doesn't make many mistakes, so I think that was just a little bit of a mess up, so I think he'll be better.
There's a little bit of a mess up from the Rams.
Seems like LaSalle's been giving up a lot of points on the serve, Charlie. Bad serves. Seems like they're almost beating themselves here.
They're definitely helping Cranston East keep themselves alive in our first set.
If you look into the crowd, there's a cardboard cutout of either Caden or Cato Comparative. Can't really tell which is it. That picture.
Let's see. I say it's Caden.
We'll zoom in on it later and when we have a break. Let the fans decide as well.
Caden Ricard just looked at me from the bench. I'm waiting for him to get into the game.
Good serve there from Yin. The libero and Laura with a great dig. Pinson sends it over. It's immediately blocked down, and Cranston East gives up the point. I don't know what part of Laura that caught, but whatever it caught, it was sent in hard enough that it definitely hurt.
Carlos seemed a little frustrated there with East giving up the point.
Well, he put maybe his face on the line. I don't know. I don't think it connected, but looked like a clean dig from here as that serve fielded by Comparative. Now Schum to Pinsons, who taps it over on the net. LaSalle recovers, and Schum sends it backwards for Laura. Deep send in for him. Now the tap over. Yin keeps it alive. Pinson sends it through. Great rally here as that setup drops in for a LaSalle point.
Seems like I think LaSalle's athleticism is really helping them here. Because it seems like a lot of these sets are very sloppy, but
that point for LaSalle in that final sequence.
Looks like they have really good chemistry, too.
Yeah, very good chemistry. It's East right now. They don't look like they're playing together.
Poetry in motion right there. Pinsons fires. It's going to be a Cranston East point. I'll take it. I'll say that. I'll leave it at that.
Whoa.
If Thunderbolts pick up that point.
Oh, that was definitely way out of
That
bounds.
was way out of bounds, but
I didn't say it. I think it was a pretty good call from our broadcast position.
I think the flag boy messed up. That's why they gave him that point. Oh, one of the players from the JV team rolled the ball on the court.
Classic moment here in Venatulo Gym with half the lights off. Another classic tradition here where we never turn on all of them. Cranston East just messed up a serve that gives LaSalle their 17th point. The Bolts running out of time to even the action and then tie it up. Rams send it over. Our cameraman doesn't move the camera as you'll just have to take my word that LaSalle picked up that point.
Larry Yin's been struggling a little bit with receiving those serves. Coach Diggs making a new sub. Bringing in Darian Peterson for Caden Ricard.
Peterson here checking in for the first time in this one.
I think they need to get Caden Ricard more involved in this game.
Pinson sends it through the blockers. It'll fall in off of LaSalle's last touch for a Cranston East point. (18-16). Pinson's now ready to serve. He's joined on the court by Yin, Schum, Peterson, Dixon, and Laura. Served by Pinson's, floors the LaSalle defender, and a miss hit from Schum will cost Cranston East. 19-16 here in our first set. Now it's LaSalle's turn to head back to serve. It's going to be Alicio Nogueras III. Serve, good one, right off the tip of the net. Yin goes low for it. Point continues here. As with that, Cranston East picks up another.
I think that's another sketchy call. I think that hit the line, but it can go either way.
I think it goes out.
I might have to agree with Sean on that one. I think you could definitely make the case that that fell in. Could have been the 20th point. We'll see if LaSalle can now try again for their 20th point here as Comparative serves it over. Comparative moves forward for it, and now Laura will send it over. Abdur-Razak's setting it up. He'll set it up again. That's a little sloppy from LaSalle. Cranston East returns fire with Peterson. Some good comms coming out from the LaSalle side. Good communication as Laura drops it in for the point. Carlos Laura catches the LaSalle Rams.
LaSalle
Way to win the rally.
Yeah, LaSalle seemed like they were struggling there. Couldn't get the ball really, not get a good set or anything.
And on that finishing blow from Laura, they had the Rams looking every which way as the ball fell right behind them. Out of bounds, Cranston East again lets the Rams shoot themselves in the foot as they give up a point. We're even now 19-19 in our first set.
And we're looking at an unusual lineup for Cranston East here.
Yeah, very unusual. But it's working.
Another bit of a mistake now, a little miscommunication from Cranston East. Point still alive. Laura sends it over. Hard response coming from Abdulami. Cranston East falls behind once again.
It seems like when they give him the ball, it's almost an automatic point. The East defenders cannot get a dig. He's begging for the ball, too, every time they give a set.
Well, if Abdulami goes flying, that feeling at this point feels like all she wrote. He's trying to hype up the LaSalle fan base and taking in this game at Venetulo Gym. Mid-set here. First set, thank you to everyone here tuned in as Laura catches Abdulami off guard. It goes in for a Cranston East point.
You know, it's really important for Cranston East. If they want to win this game, they got to win this first set here. You know, give them momentum, give them a little leverage.
Yep, I agree with that.
Some baseball players coming in here after their game versus Cumberland. And now the dive from Yin can't save that LaSalle point from going down. For all the times this first set has been tied, it always seems like LaSalle's getting the lead when it is all said and done. We'll see how that shakes out with 4 points to go for LaSalle to bring home our first set. Targeting Pinson's with the serve. Now Laura gets it off the block and ties it back up. Can Cranston East finally take the lead here with the score 21 even?
Carlos Laura's playing very well. Oh, were you going to say the same thing, Ashton?
Yeah, seems like he's really doing everything for the team right now. Everything he can.
He's bringing in all the energy.
That time, Abdulami hits the net and Cranston East out in front 22-21.
Seems like Abdulami has like some problems with hitting the ball straight into the net sometimes. I don't know what it is, but.
Another great dig from Carlos Laura, but it goes up over the net and out of bounds. Laura's already went low twice and made a couple of good digs. That one a little too much power. Cranston East now gives up their lead here late in set one, 22-22 as Yin fields it off the serve. Schum to Pinson's off the block, a one-handed save by Caleb Schum. The send-in, drops it in. Carlos Laura pinpoints the empty space and knocks it home. Cranston East out in front.
He's cooking right now. Carlos Laura's playing very well, basically carrying his team right now, bringing in all the energy.
Love the effort he's putting in.
Oh, bad.
That's a mistake from LaSalle, and Cranston East capitalized. They're 1 point away from taking home
This
our
gym's
first
getting
set.
loud. You know, Dennis Dixon just dunked on the Salle team.
It's 24-22. A timeout taken as we're 1 point away from declaring a victor in set one in favor of Cranston East. This has been as exciting as we expected heading into this one. The final point, hopefully, in favor of Cranston East when we return. Welcome back into our first set. Cranston East battled hard so far and have a 1 point lead, or a 2 point lead, 1 point away from taking home the first set of action.
Seems like LaSalle's still in their timeout.
Did they not start the clock for the timeout? I don't know what just
What
happened.
just happened?
Cranston East was back on the court ready to play. LaSalle not. The timer now ticking down from a minute once again. We'll keep it here. You know, around Cranston East, a tradition that's kind of started up recently has taken over the senior class, the senior assassin. And there's some pretty exciting action between teammates here. Already the volleyball team with 2 eliminations on one another. We'll see how that continues after the game when eliminations are allowed. The big one that came out today was Cato Comparative picked up his second elimination when he eliminated his brother, Caden Comparative. Cato, a good water gun squirter on the court here. And Yin ready to serve, hoping to bring home our first set. LaSalle gets called for a whistle, and Cranston East takes home the first set. Without having to do a thing, they bring home the final point. 25-22. What did we see there from Cranston East in set one? How important was that first set?
I feel like there was a lot of energy on East, especially at the end after they were playing terrible in the beginning. But I think they need to lock in still, because I think they might take this first set as like a momentum thing, but they still got to lock in and get 2 more sets to win the game.
Well, from the reactions of the Cranston East players, you could tell how much that first set meant to them. We'll be back with second set action when we return. Welcome back here. Set 2 coming up here between the Thunderbolts and the Rams. LaSalle dropped their first set since Coventry, and it's against Cranston East. They lead 1-0. Thank you to everyone here tuned in on the Fans Only Sports Network, live or on demand. Charlie Adams joined by Ashton Allison and John Garcia, enjoying some great volleyball action through one set. Should continue here for set number 2. Some administration in the building, as always, for the Thunderbolts. Mrs. Ward taking in the game. Pretty good attendance here from LaSalle as well. A couple of people at least straggling in. Not a far journey for them from Providence. Or with LaSalle, you never know where they're from. Little bit of delayed here again to start our set.
I think the refs are kind of lost today. Not gonna
There've
lie.
been some interesting calls already. None that have really gone against Cranston East so far.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody might have done some here.
Let's not assume that.
About ready to go.
Seems like
Whistle
Coach,
blows
Coach
and we're
Diggs
ready.
is ready.
LaSalle with the serve to kick off set number 2. Infield, Schum sets it to Pinsons, who's blocked. LaSalle with a fired up start to set 2.
Seen Cranston East put their heads down a lot, but, you know, they need to stay locked in the game. Little mistakes, they can't dwell over it too much.
Pinsons with the serve, and now the send over that falls in for a Cranston East point.
East is using that technique a lot to score points. It's a little tap over.
I mean, you have these kids on LaSalle that are at any moment ready to jump up as high as they need to stop anything. So with those little tap overs, might catch them midair, catch them off guard. And another good dig from Laura. I don't know how that got back over the net for the Bolts. They just smoked the net. Where's the point? Here's the whistle, and Cranston East picks it up. For a second there, it looked like it was going to go unnoticed.
The ref is lost. That was a clear 4 hits.
Four
Before
hits,
the 4
smacking
hits,
the net.
he smoked the net.
That was, I don't know, there was a lot of fouls that were missed until Coach Diggs almost had to get involved.
LaSalle cost themselves a point, smoking it into the net. 3-1, Cranston East leading in our first set, or our second set.
LaSalle has struggled with that all day, spiking it straight into the net every time.
Tapped up, another poor effort from the Rams.
Seems like they're crumbling now.
The Rams trying to stay up here early in our second set, not hoping to dig a hole deeper than it is. Yin might have helped him out there with that long serve, going out of bounds. The Rams up to 2 points, trailing by 2. Couple subs for the Rams as Christopher Burnell takes his seat, as well as Ty Cotta. Back to serve Jackson Potter. Potter, a sophomore, and hits the antenna out of bounds. Cranston East gets a point once again on a LaSalle mistake. Schum readies to serve. And a good block from the Bolts. That one will go out of bounds. Cranston East again with a point.
Seems like LaSalle's beating themselves, Charlie, making mistakes, a lot of mistakes. East is still riding that momentum from the last game.
Cranston East making the right decisions to pick up these points, and now through to Girder. Maybe not something that LaSalle deals with often, and it gives them a point.
maybe a little home court advantage.
Efrain of Hulami calls the timeout there for the Rams, and we'll take a break with the score 7-2. Cranston East comes out firing in our second set. Welcome back into set 2 here on the Fans Only Sports Network, 7-2. Cranston East with a strong start. A lot of it in part due thanks to LaSalle's mistakes, as Cranston East makes one there. Laura sends the serve out of bounds. 3 points for the Rams in our second set. It was an exciting first set that Cranston East took home. And that's a good serve for an ace coming from Abhulami. Make this a 3-point game now. Abhulami follows up his ace with a serve fault. The Cranston East bench chants continue as they lead 8-4. Pinson's easy serve and a hard return from David Green. The junior fires it home for the 5th point in the Rams' second set. Look at everyone here tuned in watching this game between the Rams and the home team, the Cranston East Thunderbolts. Proud to bring you this game live here on the Fans Only Sports Network. Most importantly, live and free. Cranston East trying to recover from Laura's mistake. They do get it over. And now a light tap in from LaSalle, taking a play out of Cranston East's playbook to pick up the 6th point of their set.
It looks like Cranston East is losing a little bit of momentum there they had before the timeout.
Yep, might have been a good idea to call that timeout when they did. That barely got over. LaSalle trying to get it, and they run out of chances. Now to score 9-6. It was a busy day in Cranston East sports. Nearly every team was playing as they had some makeup games going along, and as well as just previously scheduled games. Cranston East double touch gives up a point there on the violation. It's 9-7 in set 2. Back to serve is Cotta. Ty Cotta, the libero in the white jersey, sends it high and wide, out of bounds. Cranston East first to 10 points in our second set. John, do you have any scoring updates from Cranston East Day? I know baseball had an exciting time.
Give me a quick second.
See if your sources can pull out that information, as Comparative can't pull off the serve. Hits the net. 10-8 your score in our second set, not 10-9. Fix that up real quick. A 3-man booth, not often the case here on the Fans Only Sports Network. but had to get one going for this big Division I matchup. Cranston East, good job to pick up their 11th point. Falls in.
For an update for the Thunderbolts baseball, they won with a score of 5-3 with Jaden Tolentino hitting 2 home runs against Cumberland.
2 home runs for Tolentino. That game versus Cumberland, a makeup from a game that we actually broadcasted here on the Fans Only Sports Network. Rained out with 1 out in the 5th inning. Cranston East would have been 2 outs away from ending things right there. But instead of that, they just called it there and decided they'll start over here, and they got rescheduled on to April 29th. And the rematch went Cranston East's way.
James Tolentino hit his 2 home runs and decided to come over to watch Cranston East volleyball in attendance.
Athletes supporting other athletes here in the Emerald City. Well, Salle, they got all the athleticism in the world, but that didn't get it over the net there for Abulami as Cranston East goes up by 6 points. This might be the biggest lead that we've seen all day for either side. Laura with the serve, and LaSalle returns fire as Abulami hits the blockers of Cranston East, and it deflects out of bounds.
Seems like LaSalle's trying to get a little bit of momentum going, score some points since they're down 5.
Would be a good idea for the Rams, as back to serve now Jameer Evans. Evans serve finds Yin. Out to Pinsons, who sends it in to Cotta. Abulami fires it in, and it's out of bounds. A little bit frustrated with himself. And I know, Ashton, you had a pretty good scouting report on Abulami heading into this one.
Yeah, I heard he's one of the most athletic, one of the better players in this state playing volleyball. So
good dig from the libero, and that's going to cost LaSalle. Bring on the "you can't do that" chance from the Thunderbolt bench. They lead it 16-9. This LaSalle team's falling apart for a team that hasn't lost a set since Coventry.
Loving what I'm seeing here, brother.
Played out by the rafters, hitting off the speaker, crashing down to the floor. LaSalle takes another timeout here in our second set. It's 17-9. The Thunderbolts lead it by 8. We'll be back with more second set action when we return. Now, 17-9, Cranston East with a strong lead of our second set after winning set 1 by a close margin, 25-22. I don't know. You tell me, John, what's the difference been here between set 1 and set 2 for these Rams?
I think it's just been falling apart. East still riding momentum from the last set. East wanting it more. And just LaSalle just making mistakes. That's it. I think that's all it is.
There's definitely been a little more frustration being shown from the Rams side, especially in this set. They held possession of the lead for a good portion of our first set, couldn't bring it home, and now the second set are going to have to work from behind. They got one back there, took an 8-point lead down to a 7-point lead. as Potter serves it over, finds Comperdiff over to Schum, and then from the middle of the court, good send in from Laura. Comperdiff, Schum, tapped in and sent in for the kill. Dennis Dixon, the junior, has had some great play in this 8-game win streak, and that hasn't stopped here in this one.
LaSalle's had no answer for these guys.
According to Scott Reslow of ResV Systems, a well-respected high school volleyball figure in the state of Rhode Island, LaSalle ranked number 2 headed into this one, facing on the number 3 ranked team in Cranston East, who have just climbed up the rankings during this win streak. Double touch there from LaSalle. Cranston East 1 point away from the 20-point mark.
Oh, I think if East can get this done, the rankings will change.
They've been shaking them up ever since that win versus La Classical. That was a real benchmark, and since then, that benchmark just keeps getting higher. Schum to Dixon, and that's another one. 20 points. The Thunderbolts are electrifying this Venatulo gym. 5 points away from going up a strong 2-0.
You know, Dennis Dixon did not come to play. He's putting everything into this game. Another guy, Carlos Laura, really doing everything for their team they can.
Ashton, you would have been a big piece of this team as well, I think, if you kept playing.
Of course.
Well, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves as Schum sends it in, and a bad dig coming from Cotta. It's 21-10. This 8-game win streak has grown the confidence in themselves that Cranston East needed to enter this matchup after a couple of sweeps started their year. So 2 of the top teams in the state, they've really battled back entering this game, and now with 4 points to go before potentially having a chance to sweep the Rams. That serve goes out of bounds. Again, another good job of court awareness there as Laura sidestepped it and let it move past.
Sal's making too many mistakes.
That's another rough hit coming from the Rams, and now it's just 2 points separating Cranston East from going up 2-0. Abhulmi again can't keep it within the margin set out here on our beautiful court at Cranston East, and there's a big serve way out of bounds by
I think
Pinsons.
he tried trying curving the ball.
You know, Coach Jay's making all these call-outs when the ball's out. You know what to do. It's like he's another player here on the court. He's really helping his team out.
Ashton, I see you becoming a volleyball coach as well. I think you have it in you to become like a coach of a volleyball team.
I mean, if I was a coach, I'd coach an undefeated team. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Yin to Schum to Dixon. It's blocked. Laura comes in to help out. Now Laura a chance to send it over off the blockers. A poor hit, and it falls in despite the effort from the Rams. It's 1 point away for Cranston East.
Seems like he jumped over the ball trying to look a little flashy, but
Highlight play, you know. East could very easily go up 2-0 right now and sweep this team.
see if Caden Comper can put it away.
One man I've been missing on the course, Caden Ricard. I don't know where he's been.
Tipped by Cranston East. And now Schum loads it up for Laura. A little missed time there. Schum takes the blame as Cranston East picks up their, or drops their point there. It's 24-13. Cranston East has had a great showing here this season, taking on the defending state champion LaSalle Rams. Looking to go up 2-0, 1 point separating it, and that will fall in. LaSalle clawing back to a 10-point deficit. It's a long road back if LaSalle wants to tie things up in our second set. One mistake will finish this one off and head to our third with Cranston East and head 2-0. It's down to a 9-point lead as the Thunderbolts give it up there.
What would it take for LaSalle to need to come back here, Charlie?
9 points. But for them to do it, they'd really have to dial it in and limit the mistakes. They've
10
cost
points in a
them
row. It's a lot of points.
good amount. If they got 10 points in a row, I wouldn't even win them. They'd still have to put it away, just like Cranston East did.
There's no way. I don't know about that.
I liked what I saw as Cranston East goes up 2-0 on a beautiful kill.
I think
Fans on their feet, seeing some great performance from the Thunderbolts. Coach Diggs smiles as he knows what his team's capable of. The Thunderbolts walking to the other side of the bench, not getting too high up on themselves.
I think Adrian just put the flag down just to put it down because I don't know.
I
don't know. I saw it out of bounds.
It was most definitely out of bounds.
That was out of bounds.
Hey. We might have some Mickey Mouse refs, but
yeah, I don't know, but East is still winning by like 12 points. So
we can discuss more in our break, third set, when we return. Welcome back in. Set 3 coming up. Cranston East with a 2-0 lead. There has not been a game that LaSalle has trailed 2-0 that didn't finish in a sweep. With that being said, there was only one game that they trailed 2-0, and it was versus North Kingstown, the #1 ranked team in the state according to ResV Systems, and seeming to be one of the top teams
When does East
just
face
as well.
them?
They'll actually face them next on Wednesday. They'll go on the road to take on North Kingstown. Try to hopefully continue their streak if they can close out this one here against the Rams tonight.
I think LaSalle is just struggling with setting the ball to their hitters.
Pinson's fires. Good job there by the Rams, and the block not up to par for Cranston East, losing the first point of set number 3. Thank you to everyone here still tuned in on the Fans Only Sports Network, taking in the volleyball action. Charlie Adams joined by Ashton Allison and John Garcia here at the East Gym, watching the 7-2 Cranston East Thunderbolts, 8-2 overall with one non-league win. 8-game win streak on the line as a little bit of a miss-hit from Yin. The recovery effort from Cranston East successful. A good job by Pinsons. Hard send-in from Abhulami. It's going to go out of bounds.
I think East really is going to want to win this set and just finish it as a sweep, because I don't think they'd want to give a game to LaSalle and give momentum. I think the goal is here to just sweep, finish it now.
The Bolts have had good communication here, good chemistry despite all the senior assassin activities. Larry Yin was the first person eliminated in the entire event by his teammate Cato Comperdiff, and Cato doubled down when he got Caden Comperdiff out the following day. What just happened to that ball? It just fell back down.
That just went off Charles Pinson's face.
Wow. That was a rocket.
Oh,
It rocketed straight off. Referee even checking on Pinsons after that.
Charles Pinson's looking a little heated there, pushing Caleb Zoom off him.
Got into the rafters, nearly hung up there before falling back to earth.
Ball went a mile into the sky.
Shun taking out some of that aggression, but can
Charles just said Charles is very angry after getting hit in the face.
Good hit, but
hit the
nicked
antenna.
the antenna.
Nicked it. I think he almost took it off.
That's probably a cleaner assessment of that, as that ball went out of bounds. Cranston East picks up a point. It's now 2-3. Did definitely threaten the life of that. And a miss hit from the Rams. Cranston East will tie up the set at 3 apiece. Three to 3. Charging through. Abdur Razak keeps it alive for the Rams. And now Peterson tries to send it in, and it's blocked right back at him. Back in the front of this set, the Rams lead it 4-3.
We haven't seen much top Ndoye action
Or Caden
in this
Ricard.
set. Caden Ricard.
Maybe Coach Diggs made a switch in the lineups.
Something matchups-wise that they might see watching some of the LaSalle Rams play this season, as
Charles might still be feeling it. But he's sticking through it, staying in the game.
Shroom went to lay out for that. Now Yin fields it. And Peterson can't get it over the net. Bolts fall behind now 6-3. There's going to be a timeout taken by the Thunderbolts. Little stumbling out of the gate in our third set as they look to sweep the Rams. We'll be back with more third set action after this break. Stick around here. See how this one finishes up here on the Fans Only Sports Network. Welcome
How do I
back.
spell it?
Welcome back to the Fans Only Sports Network. 6-3. Our set 3 action continues, and Pinson's, ever since taking that shot off the face, feeling a little down on himself, maybe. Out of bounds. Well, Salle could be helping Cranston East break out of that short rut they had and start to see a little frustration in their communication with one another at the start of the third set. Pinsons will serve it over and drop it in for the ace. What are the Rams doing?
It's like nobody decided to go for the ball there. They're all just too stunned to speak.
Wow, what a throw.
Looking like Tom Brizzle.
Okay. Pinson's looking for back-to-back aces, and he got it. As Ty Cotta hit that one, and Cranston East
using that
charges
anger.
right back in here.
Using that anger.
Hopefully this helps Pinson lift his head up. I know he's a little vexed with himself.
Tip over from Abdur Razak. And now
I feel like a strategy Cranston East should use to win this game is set Larry in up for a spike.
well, at this point, it seems like all they have to do is wait till LaSalle makes a couple of errors in a row.
Well,
When it rains, it pours for this Rams team in the errors department.
John, I don't think they would do that considering that he is the libero.
Yeah, but I feel like you just got to try something different sometimes, Ashton.
It's always a good idea to try something different when you're up 2-0 on the defending state champions. No better time than then.
East has made a comeback here, only down by 1 now.
Even tied it up at 7 apiece.
I think LaSalle has given up more points though, just on errors. Something they definitely need to work on.
Cranston East picks up the point, touching the net. The Rams will head over to the official and plead their case.
Seems like the LaSalle chemistry is a little off as well too.
Bolts are fired up. I feel like this might be the perfect game for some Instagram Live post-game interviews. Only issue with that is I don't have the microphones. It's probably.
Yeah, I think I would have been good for that.
Oh wait, do I have the mic? I don't know. We'll check later. I might have them. Laura sends it. Blocked, and some excited fans in the crowd. What is he doing? I don't know if the camera picked
Ashton,
that up.
you might need to put him on the camera.
No, I think the camera did show him in your left side of the screen.
That was
I don't know if that's
very
PG.
exciting.
Now the Rams will serve it. Laura to Schum, and tap over from Peterson. Sent back off the antenna. Cranston East with the point.
The refs seem like they're a little confused on that call as well.
I think that was a good
No, it's
call.
a good call, but I mean,
It was the right call. It just took a second.
They're taking a little long.
Thank you to all 15 people here watching live, and the more that will watch on demand. Appreciate the content on the Fans Only Sports Network. Consider following on social media. Again, connecting with the ceiling. And then miscommunication cost the Rams again. Frustration boiling over to the coaching staff as the Rams give up the lead here in our third set. Could be the final set. Comparative serves it over. Pulamy for the Rams to toss it back in. Now Cranston East going up for the block. Back row. Comparative stops it, and Pinson sends it over.
Competitive set.
There's a block. Back foot. Bump for Larry Yin. Send over by Carlos Laura. Dropped in for the point. Excited Thunderbolt faithful here at Venetulo Gym. A lot of seniors here, probably for some ulterior motives that will be found out post-game. Another good serve there from Comparative. And now Cranston East with the point again.
Charlie, do you remember what team LaSalle was ranked at? Or
Number
what
2.
number? Number 2.
Ball got stuck.
12-9 as the ball remains planted up there. Give me one chance to knock it down. I promise it'll be back on the floor.
No, I don't think so, Chaz. I think it'd take you 40 times.
I don't think you got that dog in you.
Yeah.
Highly underestimate how much of a grizzled young veteran I am.
We've all played sports here, Charlie. We all know you're not making that
As
throw.
the Rams get to double digits here with that point. Joining the Thunderbolts, they'll trail by 2. Yin targeted on that serve as Laura
Hit by Carlos.
LaSalle got it over. Maybe not as they intended to, and now a good dig. And Cranston East will give up the point. Now it's Cranston East who are looking for the referees to make the call there.
Saying it was 4. Charles
Pinson's
Pinson's
again showing some frustration here.
maybe he's still a little vexed, as Ashton said.
I don't even know. You'll have to define that for me later.
Me too. I don't know, but Ashton, it sounded right.
And if Ashton said it, it must be right.
That's how it goes.
Really don't. Pinson's lightly tapping it over. Cranston East fighting through the blockers of LaSalle, and that one, it's out of bounds from my eyes. The referees don't know. What are we doing? And they just give the point to them. Okay.
I don't know. The flag boy seems lost.
I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to do there.
The flag boy just put the flag down. He's a LaSalle player, so
You got one ref saying, I don't know. The other ref saying, what did you get? And what we get is, well, I guess it's LaSalle's point because they celebrated more. I don't know what. Oh, what a tap over by Shum. How did the net's juggling. The net's jiggling. Come on, man. That's another
Where did
LaSalle
they get those
point.
refs from?
the refs are not locked in right now.
We are a Cranston Public Schools broadcast, but that's not where the opinion's coming from. We just want to see a nice, fair game.
I don't know. But it's gone both ways. We can't lie. It's gone both ways.
And we definitely discussed it when it went against LaSalle. But that was back-to-back points that Cranston East could have had and could have had them leading. Could have had them leading 14-11. And now they trail by 1. Going to have to regroup here as it's blocked down out of bounds. Cranston East picks up the point. Tied at 13. The Rams went up for it and couldn't knock it back inbounds. It's a Thunderbolt point as Laura quickly resumes the action with the serve. Good job there from Shum. And now Pinson's fires. Kata bumps it over. Little cutoff there from Comparative, but it's no matter for Tafa and Doye. Fired up, and the Thunderbolts back in front.
Seems like Larry Inn almost got hit by Tafa.
Laura back to serve once again. Cranston East with an exciting point. The block goes in favor of LaSalle as Abdulami hits the ground, helps back to his feet, and this game tied up once again, 14-14.
I just think Caden Ricard needs to get in the game.
Seems like a common theme.
I think he just needs to get in the game. He's the team leader, team captain. I feel like they need it right now.
You know, it's good with volleyball. You never know when these games might end. So
South seems like they're getting it a little bit together now. Hit the net again.
That's done a lot of jiggling with no whistles here. Collision there from Yin and Laura. Cranston East recovers enough to get it back over the net. 14-all as Cranston East picks it up on the block from Ndoye.
I didn't know volleyball was that hype, but I'm getting a little hype myself right here, Charlie. Getting into the game.
Don't get too excited now. Oh, worked up.
Gonna start yeeting.
So let's get back into the game. Larian is about to serve.
Larry Yin yeets it over the net, and now a good block from Yin.
I feel like this is very sloppy. I don't even know.
Wow, that's going out of bounds. No question about that one.
I don't know. The ref might have missed that one too,
Just hit
Charlie.
that out of bounds. What the
Good thing we have flag people.
I don't know. Adrian Tim is one of the flag boys. He's lost as well.
So
Wait, point went to LaSalle?
I don't know what that.
Point just went to
Now
LaSalle.
it's 15-15.
yes, the call was overturned.
What just
I
happened?
don't think it was.
Over
I think there was a
celebrating?
violation. There had to be.
I think it was over celebrating. I don't know if that's even a violation, but I think that's what just happened.
There's no way. That being said, I have no idea why that point just got turned into a LaSalle point. But we'll play it 15-15. Pinsons fires it home.
That was a really powerful, really nice hit. Clean, no mistakes. Couldn't have been better.
Yup. Perfectly agree with that. Still want to see the Larry in spike at least once this season, though.
Keep dreaming.
Yeah, really.
You don't think he has the hops? I think he does.
Athletic Director Trafficante now in the building, repping the Cranston West. Oh my God, there's two up there now. Let's get a good shot in on that with two balls on the netting.
I think Ashton could go climb up there and get it.
Yep, they've hit. I don't know why I think that, but, you know.
Because you're an athletic guy.
Give me two chances to knock it down.
2 chances.
All I need is two.
Ashton,
two balls hanging on the netting.
Ashton, you think
No,
Charlie
we
hits
got
it in 2 tries?
Over under 1.5 tries for me to knock down both of
Not
those.
a chance.
Over.
I could do it in one. Yin, a good job. Recovery from Laura and send in from Shum. Blocked by Cranston East. It'll go out of bounds. No chance to recover.
You know, Charlie, I'd be really surprised if we could get both those balls down in one hit.
Maybe when the game's over, you should try.
You know, you just got to shake the net or shake it enough. Hit it with enough force. So, I mean, I'll give it my best effort, but I think it's probably going to be a very competitive thing that many people are trying to do. Pinsons fires out of bounds. Have Hewlett ducks out of the way. The Rams lead it late in our third set, 17-16. Now the Rams send it out of bounds.
Salle cannot catch a break.
Doing it to themselves as it's out of bounds. A Cranston East serve coming up from Charles Pinsons. Let's get Charles Pinsons on the camera here. Now he walks into the frame, and Pinson sends it into the net.
Just give the point right back. East is trying to finish this game out, winning this set. They don't want to give no momentum to LaSalle.
It looks like Charles Pinsons is having a little, mental battle with himself in this game.
Yeah, I'm seeing the same thing.
He did get smoked by a ball going like 100 miles per hour earlier in the set.
He ate it, though.
What a guy. What a dig. Doesn't get you anything, but it looked nice. Alicio Nogueras III. Full extension dig straight out of bounds. The Thunderbolts tied up at 18.
You know, Charlie, I'm not really a fan of it. He's done that about 4 times, but nothing has came out of it.
Fan of what?
It's a very majestic dolphin-like kind of dig.
Oh, yeah. Very weird, but maybe it works.
Well, it hasn't, but maybe it will eventually. Oh, Laura sent it in, and the block by LaSalle.
It's like he almost sent that into a wall. We got a LaSalle fan going crazy here.
I'm telling you, it's the same fan. I can't. It's the same
He's just
fan.
here to support. That's it.
He made the camera again. So you can watch that on demand, turn it into a GIF, print it out, do whatever you want with it. Might just have to post a compilation on Thunderbolt Sports Media of just that kid. I don't know what he's doing. 18 coffees. Maybe he's testing out the new drive-thru up the street at our Dunkin' Donuts as Cranston East gets their 19th point to tie this up. 19 all after a pretty lopsided second set. This set feels a lot more closely aligned with set number one.
I feel this set's been very controversial, though. A lot of missed calls. People get hit in the face.
That really could have gone
Teammates
either
arguing.
way.
Oh,
There's a double touch. He tried
Cranston
to
East, the first team to 20 points.
dunk it right over the net, but hit it on his own side.
Now just 5 points away to Thunderbolts on the court, the Thunderbolts on the bench, the Thunderbolts in the stands, all feeling that this
challenge the call.
could happen. They're going to challenge the call here on what a double touch is.
I don't know where they found these refs.
Got to give them somewhat of a break here. It's a humid day.
I don't know, Charlie. Very competitive game between two high-seeded teams. The refereeing has not been up to par. East is going to take this as a free timeout.
It's a fair criticism to make throughout the time in this, and if we overturn it, you got to stand on what you said the first time. Let's see. So we're gonna now talk with the LaSalle coach, and based on his reaction, it looks like we're gonna keep it a Cranston East point. They lead 20-19.
Has there ever been an ejection in volleyball before?
Well, I'm sure of it.
We might be seeing one soon.
Oh wow. LaSalle coach seems to be feeling like the referees are preventing his team from being real hoopers out here. As Cranston East, Charles Pinson sends a serve over that went straight out of bounds.
Seems like the LaSalle team's a little flustered, very angry. They want to win this, they're going to need to calm down and play through the...
I mean, usually when both teams feel like they're kind of being cheated out here, it's because the referees are doing a good job calling it down the middle, or at least being fair. Another case there of returning the favor.
It's fair, it's just fair of bad reffing.
Another case there of returning the favor on poor serves as LaSalle lets Cranston East get right back out in front.
I don't know. Number one has been struggling for LaSalle with a couple.
Try to do some special move out there. No, it didn't really go.
Timeout taken here. The score 22-20 in our third set. 3 points away from Cranston East sweeping the 8-1 LaSalle Academy Rams. Tune in for the final 3 points when we return here on the Fans Only Sports Network. Welcome back here, 22-20. The Rams and Bolts with Cranston East leading 2-0, 3 points away from winning this in a sweep. And for the Bolts, is the biggest problem right now just to keep your temper, keep your level head in these final moments?
I think so.
Good dig from LaSalle. Now a one-touch tap over from Yin, excuse me. Oh my goodness! Charles Pinson's
tried getting his get back right there.
That ball might have gone through him at a little bit of a faster speed. 2 points away for Cranston East.
Oh,
Again, Pinson fires it home. 1 point to go now for Cranston East.
It looks like the LaSalle fan is now rooting for the Cranston East somehow.
24-20. Let's keep it here. With 1 point away.
I have one question. Where's Caden Ricard?
You know, I think they should sub Caden Ricard in for the last
Come on.
one. Let him put it away.
Gotta let him put it away.
The main part of being a captain is the leadership that comes with it. It doesn't matter what's on the court. It matters what's inside of you. It matters that you're leading this team to a sweep victory over LaSalle. 1 point away from completing the mission, completing the revenge that they've been looking to enact since the first game of the season. It was a 3-0 sweep.
I think the boys' team is just playing for the girls' team. Know what I'm saying? Since they didn't win no games, no sets, I feel like the boys are getting a revenge tour for them.
Well, you know, with 1 point away from sweeping a team that's only been swept from the #1 team, North Kingstown, the defending state champions, might be put away here in a short moment.
I think the refs are also sweating for this game to be over as well.
They might need a quicker exit
The
than we do.
The LaSalle coach seems like he's very frustrated with them.
Cranston East's schedule coming up. It doesn't get any easier from here. They face North Kingstown next Wednesday on a road game, and then at home they'll face North Smithfield, Mount St. Charles next Tuesday. Not tomorrow, the Tuesday after. Laura to win the set, sends it in, and that's a ace to win it. The Thunderbolts take home a sweep here over the LaSalle Academy Rams, 25-20.
Carlos just had an I'm him moment.
Carlos, he had a great game. He was doing everything he could for the team, and he just put it away.
He just had an I'm him moment. Whoa, what team manager celebrating for doing a lot. Doing everything they could for this team.
You know, the Cranston East team should feel really proud of themselves.
Yep, worked very hard for this.
You know, coming back from a bad season last year.
Very proud of Larry
To sweep a top team like this, you know, it really means a lot for this team.
What an exciting time to be a Thunderbolts fan. Tim Yeen, stay away, stay away, stay away.
They just sent LaSalle home.
Seems like
sad.
Seems like us as a trio are very good commentators. We bring very good vibes to this team. I feel like we should run this back one day, Charlie.
Should be some more opportunities, and Cranston East is taking in this victory like they just took down the defending state champions in a clean sweep, which they did. The Rams moved to 8-2 in league play. Cranston East now 8-2 in league play as well. Cranston East up to a 9-game win streak, and they put it back on the line this Wednesday when they take on North Kingstown on the road. They'll need all your support. We won't be able to bring it to you live, but you can always take the drive down and support them from there. Should be an exciting matchup against the Cranston East Thunderbolts, who might be ranked the #2 team by Scott Reslow at that point, taking on the #1 ranked #1 ranked North Kingstown Skippers. Hopefully you can make it out and attend in person. We'll be back live broadcasting volleyball action next Tuesday when they take on North Smithfield, Mount St. Charles. Another game that's not a walk in the park, but certainly should be an exciting one that you won't want to miss. Keep up on all the information. Check out Thunderbolt Sports Media at TBS Sports Media at Twitter and on Instagram for all updates, scores, and results, where you can watch, when you can watch, all that information. Also check out the Fans Only Sports Network at FO Sports with a Z on the end, and fansonlysports.com. Both also available for you to figure out when we're streaming, what's streaming, and all that great stuff. What a game. 3-0 sweep.
It's been very fun.
Thunderbolts take it over the defending champ, LaSalle Rams.
Been very fun,
We'll say
Charlie.
goodbye now. On behalf of myself, Charlie Adams, and my analysts, John Garcia and Ashton Allison, have a great rest of your night. Stay safe out there. Keep away from any water guns in your area. We'll see you next time here on the Fans Only Sports Network.